Testing, testing. Hi there, my name is Rohan Beve, and today we are going to be talking about parasites. We're going to be talking about what they are, okay? So what is the definition of a parasite? A parasite is basically an organism that survives off of feeding off of another organism. They would attach onto the other organism, being the host. Then the parasite will use the host as its home. Like they'll use the host for food, reproduction, and other stuff. They use a host for living, and then they spread. And these parasites will also cause diseases that can mainly let's just say be harmful. They can cause many diseases, a bunch. They also have like extra abilities. They can control their host, like control behavior changes, harm. They can also hurt the host, like make them sick, and in even most cases they can even kill the host for their own survival. Okay, let's talk about an example of a parasite. But before we talk about that, let's talk about what types of parasites there are. There are two types, okay? There are ectoparasites and endoparasites. Ectoparasites being parasites that live outside the body, and endoparasites that live inside the body. Okay? Ectoparasites, some examples of it are being ticks and fleas. Okay? Those are just some examples of ectoparasites, okay? And endoparasites are parasites that live inside the body, such as tapeworm and etc. I can't name all of them, but there are a lot, okay? So let's talk about a few parasites. Let's talk about first about the zombie fungus. You might have not heard about it, but it is very scary. It's a type of fungus that controls ants, okay, and controls it, okay. So mainly the zombie fungus lives upon like trees and such stuff. They will go, and if any unsuspecting ant walks through it, they get infected, and the virus will control their brains, okay, and will do the following. They will follow the instructions. They will fall down, will go down towards the ground, or move down, find a leaf, attach to it, and just wait for death. When it dies, the fungus will eat the ant's insides, and when it is fully dead, from the back of their head or the back of their neck will come this like long tube, and then spores are ejected out, so that way the cycle can continue again upon the ant's family brethren, okay? And that's just one of them. Now, and there are also others, like the infamous rabies, that infects the immune systems and then makes dogs aggressive, you know? If they're aggressive, that means they're most likely been infected by rabies. Or the Gordon worm that controls crickets, that infects crickets' minds. And what about toxoplasma, that infects the rat, a rat, and basically makes the rat not scared of the cat. And once the cat eats the rat, the cat will get infected, and it will use the cat and rat for its own bidding. These are just a few examples. Now, what about parasites that infect us? Well, there are mainly three types. There are protozoa, and helminthia, okay? Or helminthia, okay? For protozoa, they mainly are single-celled organisms that mainly live in the blood. Okay, like you can name a few, like malaria, dengue, that kind of stuff. Let's look at the life cycle of malaria virus. Okay, it starts its life in a mosquito, the mosquito bites someone, they get injected into the liver, they'll get to the liver and go throughout the circulatory system, reproducing, eventually infecting the person, and then another mosquito comes, takes some of it and moves it to someone else, further continuing the cycle. Okay, mainly their transportators are flies and mosquitoes, and helminths are basically parasites of worms, such as flat, tape, and roundworms. Flatworms, tapeworms, and roundworms that mainly live in the intestines, blood, and tissue. Okay, and the last type of parasite that can infect humans are, guess what? Ectoparasites, such as, again, ticks, lice, mites, and etc. And those are basically what parasites are, and that's basically it. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.